Now, it's Pace of Play.
Come on, Glenn! Come on! Get your head in the damn game!
Putting the boys on the clock.
I guess we're playing for keeps now.
The fuck?
All right, Lee. The biggest news in golf right now, the last couple of days, dominating the airways. Tom Watson being picked as the Ryder captain for 2014. Everybody's making a big deal out of it. Terrific Tom. He knows how to win. Everybody loves him over at Britain. He's going to bring a new thing to the team. He's going to make the Americans think more like the Europeans, get the camaraderie going. We've heard this same pile of garbage from every U.S. captain over the last probably 10 Ryder Cups. I'm not saying Tom is a bad guy, but you know what? They're putting way, way too much positive slant on this thing. It's not like Tom Watson is going out and actually putting and hitting the golf shots. I don't care who the captain is. It's up to the players to win the Ryder Cup. They're the ones going out, grinding every day, hitting the shots, trying to make the putts. The captain can only be a cheerleader, and I think they are way overemphasizing what Tom Watson is going to bring to the table.
Well, let me jump in here. First of all, we don't want him putting by any stretch. Excuse me. Do I think this is a bad choice? No. Do I think it's a great do I think it is a great choice? No. The PGA of America, when it wanted to go against the grain, you could tell as leading up to this thing and some of their new leadership that they wanted to go against the grain, possibly didn't see the pool of guys that went with their typical stream of mid-40s and that type of thing. I think, what says, and this may be a discussion for us down the road, but what says it has to be a golfer? Let's talk about bringing a team together. We've got some guys like a Bill Parcells, a Phil Jackson, a Tony La Russa that might be able to spend a lot of time that are not playing, that get to watch all the players, and maybe we put a coach in there. And I know it's against the grain.
Are you serious with this idea?
I am.
Are you serious with this idea?
And we could have 3 or 4 assistant captains that are golfers, and actually have a coach that is used to pooling personalities, putting a team together.
That's a possibility.
All those types of things.
They go back. All right, Tom had some obviously some success at 93 at the Belfry, but crying out loudly, it's 2 decades later. Golfers has changed. Like I say, it's not the captain. It's not the co-captains. It's the players that got to get it done. And I know you could talk to them till you're blue in the face. Those are the guys that have to perform.
Well, and I totally agree with that. But let's look at the most success that we've had. And I know we're dragging this on, but it's dominated the golf news over the last few days for sure. Where we had success was Paul Azinger in his pod system and restructuring of the point system and going to only 1 year and not having players that played 2 years ago and now are playing because they had a good year 2 years ago. I think the idea of somebody that has experience in coaching, experience in putting a team together, experience in motivating, all that type of thing could have a better impact on somebody actually playing on the golf course.
I got to agree with you. And I think I got to agree with you a little bit, thinking outside the box. But he's already talking about what I'm going to do. 1 pick, 2 picks, 3 picks. I got news for you. He's got so much time right now, he should just sit around and kind of pick his nose if he's worried about picking.
All right, well, I'm going to skip down here. We drug that one, and I know we don't have a ton of time. I'm going to skip down to the Royal Trophy is being played this week. A team event over in Asia, between Europe and Asia. And for some reason, I think that we might be overdoing these team events and might be really trying to pressure these things into working like a Ryder Cup and then the president come. Is it time that we maybe take a look at rallying the golf world around 1 or 2 of these things? We've got Tavistock, we got Seve, we got Royal Trophy, we got President's Cup, Ryder Cup, people talking about Olympics being a team event now. all those types of things. It's time we step back and maybe not have as many of these.
It pains me to say this, but I agree with you totally. I think we do have too many team events. You got to have some. You got to mix it up. You got to give the folks, what they want. A lot of people like this, but I think you're right. I think we're starting to get a little heavy with it, and you got to weed out the ones that actually are meaningful, if there are any. As opposed to the ones like this that really don't mean anything. How about the father and son thing? The PNC. I saw Arnie taking a swipe at a drive. He almost fell on his ass. What are they doing these things for? I mean, do I care about Bernhard Langer's kid playing golf? His daughter, who happens to be hot, by the way, she's hot. But something like this, if you want to call it a team thing, it's so meaningless.
Yeah, I think we're just we're trying too hard.
How about thinking outside the box? As long as you brought that up about the Ryder Cup, thinking about different. I personally would like to see, more things like the international event. Where they played. It's not a stroke play. It's a thing where it's a points thing. Like the Stableford. You want to really mix it up, Lee. How about having the PGA Tour play an event at night? How do you think that would go over?
Well, this is outside the box for sure.
I don't know. Call it the Stevie Wonder Invitational. I don't know what you do, but how about at night?
Well, look,
under the lights.
I have to say your other ideas of paying European players only. Lydia Ko, as I remember, being the
great story of the year, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Or even former champions having an impact on course setup. I think those ideas are somewhat desperate and loathsome. Let's call it.
That hurts.
But
lonesome.
This particular
idea, that hurts.
This particular idea, I think, has some merit. I really like
under the
idea.
lights.
It was tried obviously for a couple years over in California, Battle at the Bridges or those types of things that were under the lights, and but it was only 2 or 4 players. I could see a Thursday, Friday where you played half the field played during the day, half the field played at night.
Yeah.
And then you flipped it on Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, you cut it to 50 only. Now,
try it.
I'm not sure that the money would work out of lighting 18 holes and how cost effective it would be. But I'd like to see a pro form on it because I think it's a cool idea.
It's something different. Try it.
Yeah. No. Hey. So let's flip off of golf here in a second. I know we want to talk to Brian about his book, but I was watching a little TV last night. What's your favorite TV show that's running right now? We're
comedy.
Anything?
You said cup. Oh, I thought you meant comedy.
TV
as far as my favorite comedy show, it's anything they have on the Golf Channel, like The Big Break. I mean, that's pure comedy.
I don't watch the Golf Channel. Obviously, when I'm away from work, you asked me the question about the Nevada Open. I don't pay attention to it
obviously.
Much at all. I'll tell you, for me, I mean, if anybody's caught The Men Who Built America, that show that's on TV is fantastic about Andrew Carnegie and Rockefeller and those guys.
You don't have a life, do you? You're watching that crap.
You
don't
fantastic.
have a life.
It's fantastic. I have knowledge. I may not have a life, but I have knowledge.
Yeah. Okay.
But Duck Dynasty is by far.
No, you are so wrong.
The best
Bogey
show
Brett.
on TV.
The best
right
show
now.
on TV is X-Men, without a doubt.
That's not bad.
Without a doubt. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Pace of Play. We're going to step away, take a real short break again.